to move you forward. Better yet, bring a friend and come on down. Get your one-on-one with the UCC representatives who will be ready to answer all your questions. That's the UCC Recruitment Roadshow, Friday, August 28th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. at the Halfway Tree Transport Center. Keep your dials locked to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. UCC, fostering leadership and innovation.
It is God who always is pursuing us. Not we trying to pursue God and can't find him. And if you are frantically trying to get God to do this or that for you, my advice for you is chill out and realize that God is saying to every one of us, be still and know that I am God.
Learn more on Leading the Way with Dr. Michael Youssef.
Leading the Way airs on Sundays 11 to 11:30 a.m. on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media.
Right solutions, right security, Quest Security, the best security. The time by Quest Security is
7:01. Every day them listen just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Every day them listen just a little bit more, and them love we the same. 'Cause our show is your show, and your show is our show. Them listen nationwide in at the right time, daytime, nighttime. Every day them listen just a little bit more. Them listen just a little bit more, folks. And them love we the same. Wow. Welcome to the comment section here on Nationwide 90 FM. The place to be every 7 o'clock to 7:30. I'm Mahiri Stewart. We're riding solo today because Shalois Michael has got a long day of work ahead of her on Sunday. And so Nationwide is graceful enough to give her the day off today. But I don't know how that's day already. It's the, how do I say this? It's Friday, end of the week. So luckily we get to take it a little bit easy on a Friday, you know what I'm saying? No more hard hitting. Well, honestly, it depends on who you are as to whether or not this is a hard hitting public opinion or not. But that's how we start off every segment of the show. And today's episode is no different. Today we kick off public opinion with a very simple question that I came up with no underlying anything. It's just something that came to mind, and I thought it would make for good discussion. Very interesting debating. Folks, today we are asking you to tell us who you think is the greatest vocalist ever. Who is the greatest vocalist of all time? And there's a reason I said vocalist, yeah? Because when it comes to singers, people think greatest singers of all time have to do with like the songs and, you know, the songwriting aspect. I'm not talking about any of that stuff today. I'm talking about the pipes. Who has the greatest pipes ever to go over a microphone? That's what we're asking today, man. And we've gotten a number of comments and one very popular answer. And it shouldn't even really come as a shock to anybody. I feel like you can already tell who it's going to be. But just in case you can't, we're going to, yeah, see, I'm already seeing it in the YouTube chat. That's crazy, man. But just in case you can't, we're going to go through the comments right now. As always, we start off with Facebook. Now, when we go into Facebook, we ask the people on Facebook, who is the greatest vocalist to ever live? The greatest vocalist to ever live. Now, when we go on Facebook, the first comment comes to us from Philip Jackson. Philip Jackson says, the unmistakable voice of Whitney Houston, in my humble opinion. So that's one vote for Whitney Houston. Sharon Hines says, Andrew Holiness. I believe she's alluding to Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. So there's a vote for our Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness, as being the greatest vocalist to ever live, but we keep going on. Natalie Winter says Air Supply. Now, I need to make sure Air Supply, I'm pretty sure Air Supply is a group. Yes, and not one person. Yeah, it is a group, and the singer in that group is Russell Hitchcock. So I'm going to count that as a vote for him. Russell Hitchcock, you get a vote. Congratulations. We keep going. Mel Boo says Whitney Houston. So that's 2 votes for Whitney Houston. We keep it going. Now, Andre Green says somebody by the name of Anne Murray. I've never heard of Anne Murray. Is it that I've heard Anne Murray songs before and didn't know it was her? Or is that, okay, so Anne Murray is a Canadian singer. And some of her hits include Just Another Woman in Love, I Just Fall in Love Again, End of the World, If I Ever Fall in Love Again, You're a Part of Me, Broken Hearted Me. She's a contemporary artist, sold 55 million copies, album copies worldwide over her 40-year career. And she's won 4 Grammys. How many people in here know Anne Murray? And is that a fair vote? Do you guys think Anne Murray is one of the greatest vocalists ever? Well, we keep going through, man. So we have 2 more votes for Whitney Houston from Dwight Venn and Kerry-Ann Jackson. Silburn Marks says Andrew. They didn't put a last name, so if you're out there listening to this and your name is Andrew, congratulations. Silburn has voted you as the greatest vocalist to ever live. And Whitney Houston, another vote for her from Cheryl Graham Bowman. There we go, man. Ernetta Reed in our YouTube chat says, the Prime Minister can't hold a note to save his life. He doesn't have a good singing voice. Love and respect him anyways. Now, I think Ernetta is alluding to that time he was given the budget presentation in Parliament and the lights did lock off a bit. And there was like a long break. I'll never forget that budget debate. There was like a long debate. Not a long debate. There was a long break because of, I guess, electricity issues. Light had gone or something. And when the Prime Minister came back, he sang Break My Stride, if I remember correctly. It was, yes, by Matthew Wilder. It's like, nobody gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down. No, I got to keep on. Yeah, so he sang that. So I don't know if Ernetta Reed heard him sing that and was like, you know what, PM, there's a reason you're the Prime Minister and not the prime vocalist. So Ernetta Reed does not agree that Prime Minister Andrew Holness is one of the greatest vocalists ever. And that's fair, man. We're going to keep going, yes? Instagram is up next. Now, when we go over to Instagram, Ricardo Brooks, our wonderful, wonderful chum. Ricardo Brooks says, Whitney Elizabeth Houston. No question. I'm seeing persons say in the comments that Anne Murray is great. So I must have been sleeping. Maybe it's that I know an Anne Murray song and just didn't know it was her. But yeah. Mikkel says Anne Murray has good songs and vocals. And Novlet Smith says Anne Murray is the ting. And I love drinking ting, so that means she must be very good. We keep going though. Whitney Houston says Malibu. Carlene Smith also says Whitney Houston. Now, Jader Whittaker on Instagram says the greatest vocalist of all time is Jader Whittaker. So there's a vote for Jader Whittaker from himself, which is completely legal. If you're out there and you think you're the greatest vocalist of all time, why not? Put it in our comment section, yeah? Noxley Brinks Sams says Whitney Houston without question. Her voice possessed power without noise, range without strain, and emotion without effort. She didn't merely perform songs. She transformed them into unforgettable experiences. Many incredible singers have graced the world, but Whitney's combination of technique, tone, and soul remains unmatched. She wasn't simply a voice. She was the voice. That's what Noxley is saying in our comments section. 281 RS Web says Whitney Houston and Luther Vandross. So that's the first vote we've seen for Luther Vandross all night. There we go. DJ Brap4 says Whitney Houston. Alando5209 says Beyonce. And Smith Legacy says Michael Jackson is the greatest vocalist of all time. And, well, okay, so it's obvious who's won in the comment section. People think that Whitney Houston has the greatest voice to ever voice. I think that's fair. But in terms of, we were having a discussion today. When we were asking this in the newsroom, a lot of persons were saying women, giving female answers. And we're thinking, what about the male vocalists? Who's the greatest male vocalist of all time? So somebody did say Michael Jackson. And assuming Jadair Whittaker is a guy, I think he is a guy. I didn't check the account, but sure, he's up there. He voted for himself. But can I throw another name in the hat? Frank Sinatra. I think Frank Sinatra was a very good vocalist, man. Like, I listen to some Frank Sinatra songs every now and again, and that guy had the voice, man. Frank Sinatra songs go crazy. His voice was ridiculous. And another person I think deserves a lot of credit for vocals is Freddie Mercury of Queen. Freddie Mercury was insane when it came to singing, man. Okay, so there's Mac. Mac said Demi Lovato. He's saying Demi Lovato in the YouTube chat right now. And I don't think that's a crazy opinion, man. They were cooking him today for mentioning that. And I was like, no, man. Demi Lovato is, I think she's one of the best vocalists ever. That don't mean she's the best singer ever. She don't got the greatest songs ever. Y'all ever heard Heart Attack by Demi Lovato? Come on, man. Demi Lovato's voice is nuts. Absolutely nuts. So we have some more comments in the YouTube chat we're going to go through. Novlet Smith says Miles Monroe. Never heard of Miles Monroe before, but there we go. David Ruffin. Monica Stone says David Ruffin. Greatest vocalist ever. Ernetta Reed says the best male vocalist ever would be Nat King Cole. Okay. Debbie Anford says, I forgot Barbara Streisand. What song did she sing? She sang something that I remember. Barbara Streisand. What song did she sing? With with Kenny Rogers. What song was that again? Left in the Dark Again? Okay. There we go, man. But there's another one. No, there's another song. I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, yeah, that song where she said, we got nothing to be guilty of. Yeah, man. Yes, Guilty. There we go. That song is crazy. Barbara did her thing on that, man. So I'm not mad at that. That's a good answer right there. Johnny Mathis, best male vocalist, says Ronnie Hewan in our chat. Leroy Rutty says, Anne Murray and Skitter Davis are two big powerhouse singers of the 60s and 70s. I think Mariah Carey, Celine Dion, Whitney Houston of recent years. Okay. Knoxley says Jennifer Hudson can be on that list as well. Jennifer Hudson, greatest vocalist ever. Shouts by Knoxley. What else we got here? Gramps Morgan. Steve Hutchinson says Gramps Morgan, one of the greatest vocalists ever. Okay. Shout out Gramps Morgan, man. Mikkel says Marvin Gaye. Is Marvin Gaye one of the greatest male vocalists of all time? I don't think that's outlandish. Marvin Gaye, yeah, man. The Ruffin Brothers Mahiri. There's a lot of brilliant male and female singers. Too much to mention, and I like when there's too much to mention, man, because it gives me a lot of stuff to read. Debbie Anford says Aretha Franklin, one of the greatest vocalists ever. All right, man. I'm gonna put my hat in the ring. This morning, I suggested Minnie Riperton gets a shot. I think she should get a shout for best vocalist ever, just for singing "Loving You" and hitting that crazy. I would never even attempt to hit that. So yeah, man, shout out Minnie. I think Minnie Riperton up there in terms of greatest vocalists ever. Mikkel says Elvis Presley. Didn't think about him. His name didn't come to mind. Elvis Presley, greatest vocalist to ever live. So many different answers, man. But it does seem as though Whitney Houston has won today's pub. Oh, here we go. Teddy Pendergrass, says Steve Hutchinson. Debbie Anford says Patti LaBelle. Keep them coming, you know. We might go through some more later. But the majority vote seems to be Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston has won the comment section award for greatest vocalist to ever live until we come back and see if there's anybody else. But that is our public opinion for Friday evening. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to find out what's cooking on the socials.
Hurricane Melissa tested us, but Jamaica rises together. Visit supportjamaica.gov.jm to report damage, request help, or donate. Together, we will rebuild stronger. The time by the Office of the Prime Minister is...
It's 7:15.
Tap up online instead. I beg you tap up online instead. Don't bother hold up the lane and waste people time. Beg you tap up online instead. Download the Mighty Tag app and have fun to your T-Tag. Anytime, anywhere, any amount I can spare. Just tap up online instead. If the Mighty Tag app it a hurt up your head, tap up with WhatsApp instead. Send a one text 3553336. Beg you tap up online instead.
School expenses adding up? Get ready for school with Chris and Charles. From July 9 to August 31, enjoy a low interest rate on loans of $1.5 and $2 million. Plus, get 25% off the processing fee on loans of $1 million Jamaican dollars and above. You could also qualify for one of 50 ready for school grants worth 60,000 Jamaican dollars each. Visit your nearest Chris and Charles branch or www.chrisandcharles.com for details. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles. Conditions apply.
From the biggest tracks to the biggest energy, Nationwide keeps it moving. If you love the vibes, come and lock in with us for real.
World boss, leave a prison could stop me.
Join the Nationwide 90 FM Family Club today on Patreon.
Practice. God, me say you watch you over me practice.
What's Cooking is brought to you by Cleasing Industrial Limited, Jamaica's leading distributor of industrial automation and control solutions.
Welcome back to the comment section here on Nationwide 90 FM, the place to be every 7 o'clock to 7:30. And we have a couple more answers. Yes, I told you this was a very fruitful debate, you know. We have a couple more answers in the YouTube chat, going back to our comment section where we asked, who is the greatest vocalist ever? And when we check the YouTube chat, there's still some more names coming in. I'm hearing Diana Ross getting shouts for greatest vocalist ever. I'm seeing Crystal Gale, Olivia John, Celine Dion, Lionel Richie, okay, Sam Cooke, Johnny Mathis, The Bee Gees. There we go, man. Dennis Emmanuel Brown. Dennis Brown, greatest vocalist. Is he the greatest Jamaican vocalist ever? I was suggesting Barrington Levy as one of the best vocalists in Jamaican history, and they weren't really rocking with me. Yeah, they weren't really messing with me with that answer. But yeah, folks, heated debate. Anyways, it's time for our What's Cooking segment where we tell you what's cooking on the socials. And I'm pleased to say that I think for the very first time ever, it's us. It's something we did. We are cooking on the socials. So folks, you know, I like to mess around with the social media guys. And I had this concept in my head. This is something that we posted on the socials. I had this concept in my head where we were going to do a parody of a member of parliament on a constituency tour. It's something, I always go on Instagram searching for news, and I go on these MP pages. And I feel like all of them follow like this very obvious formula. And it don't even matter the administration. It don't even matter PNP or JLP. But they all have this formula where they got the peppy music, they walking around hugging people, and then they like stand up one place and then they talk about what they did. And I was like, we should do that. Because we even had like a little parody thing back when we were at Bradley. And we even did this commissioning ceremony where we got this new microwave, and George pretended to be the prime minister, I pretended to be the MP. So I was like, I went off of that. And I was like, we should do that. We should make a parody of an MP on a constituency tour. So we did, man. We did. And I came up with it. I got Deandra and Mac to video it and edit it the way I've seen it be edited. And this is what we came up with. Have a look or a listen. Hi everybody, I'm here Stewart here, MP for North Central Newsroom. We just finished a quick tour of the constituency this Monday morning. I started off the tour by refilling the tea box. That's what I personally allocated my constituency development fund towards. Most of the money that I get for the constituency development fund goes into that tea box because I feel like it's my way of providing welfare for the constituents. You know, I think them having a box that they can get tea from for free every day is very important in terms of making sure they're as productive as they need to be, because that productivity ends up helping the economy very much. At least one constituent is not too pleased with the temperature of the constituency, and so me and the Prime Minister Davis, are supposed to do a tour of the area not too long from now. We were very worried about gerrymandering when we were leaving from Bradley to come here, but ever since we made the move, you know, there hasn't been that much complaint about the constituency boundaries. So yeah, North Central Newsroom is still doing very well. Come on, how are you, my constituent? How's the constituency been? What? I think we need to add some variety to the tea boxes. Can ask the Prime Minister for an increased allocation to my CDF, and we can see if we can make that possible.
I could take having more availability of water.
So that's going to take me speaking to the MP for Big Yard.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the video. That's how we did it. That's how it came out, and I think we nailed it, man. That's exactly how. That's how all the MP videos always look to me, man. And this isn't an insult, mind you. It's a parody, so it's really just making light of. But I don't think how they do it is bad. But I just thought it was something that was very easy to copy, and you know, I was even just using the MP verbiage, the little MP shots. That listen, man. I know I joked earlier that if I was an MP, there are certain limits I'd have. But being the MP for North Central Newsroom, quote unquote, is very fun, man. And the tea box thing isn't even a joke either, because any of my coworkers can tell you that. I always put tea in that box. I usually buy it out of my own money. Sometimes somebody will give $100 or something. And I fill up the box, and anyone who wants, I've talked about a tea box before, anybody who wants tea from it can just take one. It's for everybody. And I feel like that's what an MP would probably do. I feel like MPs, like, what do MPs give people? Like, they do book fairs, back to school fair and all them something there. Help people with them school fee. I help people drink tea in the morning, man. Yeah? I help people drink tea in the morning and revitalize their energy. Yeah? Because it makes them productive. And productivity helps the economy. Them something there. That's what I'm telling you, man. That kind of stuff. But anyways, I didn't think that video was gonna do as well as it did on the socials. I thought it was gonna be kind of niche, and only like a couple people would understand the joke or what I was trying to portray. But we got a lot of traction, way more than I could have ever expected. Even my mom was watching it, telling me, "I didn't know you're an MP, son." And I was like, "Yeah, mommy, MP for North Central Newsroom." So now people are actually calling me that, which is cool. And they're calling the newsroom North Central Newsroom. Even that name was a parody of our constituencies. But yeah, I mean, we have so many people in the comments right now. Tana asking for, you know, a snack box. And that's outside of my budget, man. The CDF is only so big. George Davis, the Prime Minister of our country, saying it bad. Honeybee in the comments. I have friends from other media houses asking me to fix them road. I'm like, listen, man. So Tamoy Campbell, our host of Nationwide this morning, saying, "We stand a hardworking MP. Hope she can get our tea tomorrow." Well, she didn't, you know, because the tea box was empty this morning. But I filled it up after I came to work, which is after Tamoy left. So she didn't get no tea, unfortunately. But yeah, I was very pleased to see so many persons enjoy the parody. And hopefully this means we can make more, because now that so many people get the joke, we can keep joking. And it's lighthearted joking, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's something that people could just watch and understand. And it's like, politics is such an easy thing to make fun of. I'm surprised more people don't do it in our media space, in our news space. Like, yeah, man. More parodying of Parliament stuff, please. That'd be great. But yeah, man. That's what's cooking on the socials. It's us. It's Nationwide News. Nationwide News is cooking on the socials. That's always a fun thing to see. Anyways, folks, yeah, man, we're cooking, yeah? We're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to give you the comment of the day.
What's Cooking was brought to you by Cleasing Industrial Limited, Jamaica's leading distributor of industrial automation and control solutions.
Tap up online instead. I beg you tap up online instead. Don't bother hold up the lane and waste people time. Beg you tap up online instead. Download the Mighty Tag app and have fun to your T-Tag. Anytime, anywhere, any amount I can spare. Just tap up online instead. If the Mighty Tag app it a hurt up your head, tap up with WhatsApp instead. Send a one text 3553336. Beg you tap up online instead.
None of mercy. This one is very classic, dedicated to all the schoolers who are taking beats.
If you've ever struggled to pass an exam, then you'll know that students today are under great pressure to get good grades and secure qualification needed to move on to higher education. The problem is that too many students are struggling alone and could really benefit from connecting with hardworking teachers and other bright students in other parts of the country and the region. Join me, Dennis Brooks, this and every Friday evening from 8 to 9, with a repeat on Saturday morning from 8 to 9. For the A-Team, a study group on radio, my team of teachers, students, and experts will break down the syllabus, giving you information, tips, and past paper questions that will help you get top grades in your upcoming exams. Follow us on Facebook Live and on Twitter and be a part of the community. It's the A-Team. Fridays at 8 p.m. with a repeat at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. It's your free extra class on radio and social media. And it's right here on Nationwide 90 FM, the revolution in media.
Welcome back to the comment section. We're winding down with the comment of the day. And when I go through my YouTube chat, I see Zolani Scott, he's my comment of the day, saying, "Dem a go broke your pocket, Stewie." And that is somewhat true, but not completely. Yes, there are times when I look into the CDF and not much is looking back at me. But you know something? The tea box has to be filled, because not only do the constituents need it, but I need it. I drink more tea out of the tea box than anybody. So technically I'm broking my own pocket to help myself whilst also helping others. And that's what it's all about, man. That is what an elected official does. It's not about, listen, man, I can't expect a pat on the back or a thank you for doing what I was elected to do, and that's to serve the people. This is literally how MPs talk in real life, by the way. You have to serve the people. That's what this is about. It's public service. I'm a public servant. And I'm also a servant to myself, man. I love tea, so I'm always going to buy tea. And I'm always going to put tea in the tea box. It used to be the tea drawer when we were at Bradley. I didn't have a box, but I got a box last year of good stuff, and I took all the good stuff out and I just used the box to keep tea in. So that's the lore behind the tea box that I use to nourish the constituents of North Central Newsroom. Anyways, people, the following, or the preceding, or everything you just heard, was brought to you by our producer, Sonia Stewart. It was brought to you by our technical engineer, Andrew Glenn Anderson. It is brought to you by our video editors, Demar Williams and Jasmine Kennedy. And the song you heard at the beginning was produced by my younger brother, Akil Stewart. Every day them listen just a little bit more. And them love we the same. Love uno the same. See you guys next Monday.
Yes, she loves me the same. 'Cause my love, it's her love, and her love is my love. Yes, she gives me loving.
Jamaica, your voice can help shape the future of animation. The government invites you to a public consultation on the National Animation Policy